Good day, fellas. That was so British. That was not an Australian accent. I am so sorry, Drongo. Hello, everyone. My name is Hiawatha. You are on youtube.com/a whole bunch of random letters and numbers. And today I have another exciting game of Age of Empires 4 for you. Today, spawning on the west side of the map, we have Fitzbro playing the Roos. We like the Roos. They got nerfed in this last patch. This is my maybe second cast after the January 2022 patch. If you haven't seen the patch notes, I have a video on it. Link in my bio, video card on the screen. You know the deal. And Fitzbro's opponent today on the other side of the map of Boulder Bay, spawning as the French, we have none other than Wona. These are two top 1,000 players. I am a big fan of Fitzbro. I love his stream. I love watching his content. I'm not familiar with Wona, unfortunately, but hopefully after this game, we can become a little bit familiar with them. Both players opting to open up onto the wood line of Boulder Bay. As you can see, we have the very Freudianly, I don't know if that's a word, but I just made it up, shaped bay with these two players across it. We have some, oh, this is an interesting dock placement actually for Wona. Wona opting to go for his dock at the bottom of the bay. Typically speaking, you'll see players kind of drop it over in this general area, kind of in the adjacent to their town center. So it's interesting to see it in a different spot. Look across the map at Fitzbro, and Fitzbro has put his dock right adjacent to the town center. So both players opting to go heavy onto wood at first to get those fishing boats out, that fishing economy going, as at this current point in the game, a dock in the Dark Age is essentially a second town center with better gathering villagers for food at the very least. Now, the Lodgia fishing boat, if you're unfamiliar, this unit does not need to go back to the dock to drop off its food. Once it hits that full capacity, it will just automatically deposit it into your account. It's kind of like a great bank, if you will. Some direct deposit from your employer. But I digress. We're a little bit behind, actually, for Wona coming out with the fishing economy just because of the fact that they decided to go so far away from their base to get the dock up. And we're going with a pretty early fishing boat. We're not close to any deep sea fish either. So this is actually not looking too hot at the moment for our French player here. That's a really long ways out, and that's going to really impact his ability to age up quickly, going to impact his ability to obviously just gather fish in general. It's quite annoying. However, we do have a relatively far out fish source for Fitzbro as well, but like I mentioned before, the Lodgia fishing ship doesn't need to go back to the dock to drop off its food, unlike the French one. And if you look on the mini-map down here, you can really see that difference in distance over yonder. Either way, back at home, both players still just going onto the wood, going onto their sheep for a little bit here to supplement their villager production until they can be self-sufficient with the fishing ships. And we're actually getting our gold opening now from Wona as well. We are not currently on gold for Fitzbro, but that's also because as the Roos, you do not need to gather gold. You can send your scouts across the map, kill off some deer, as you've seen here already, and we're already sitting at 230 bounty. We're almost at tier 2, actually, get the plus 10% villager food harvest rate and an increase in gold generation from our hunting cabins. Fitzbro accidentally pop capping himself, but this house is going to go up a little bit more quickly than the production time for this villager, so it will not prove to be a problem across the map. Same idea. We got 2 houses up already. Villager count, we're dead even almost. Maybe one difference in villager right now, just because of the timing and all that. Fishing ship wise, we're on 4 on the map for our French, up against the 5 on the map for our Roos player. Now, this does also bode a different interesting fact as well, because with the Roos, what you can do is you can transform these fishing ships into Lodgia attack ships or Lodgia demolition ships in the Castle Age. And these ships are going to be able to actually go ahead and snipe some of these fishing boats from the French player before he's able to get out his hulk in that second age. So we'll have to see if Fitzbro does decide to go aggressive on Boulder Bay or not. For the time being, though, the scout from Fitzbro did find the villager who was chilling on here. No tower going up to defend it at the moment. Some a little bit more harassment under the town center from Wona getting their scout lit up by that Roos TC. And we're actually going for the Golden Gate, which is a pretty straightforward opening for Fitzbro, about halfway up to aging up at the moment, a little bit faster than what our opponent is going to be able to do. We're walling up for Wona on the other side of the map as the French. Does make sense. I like walling up on Boulder Bay, but I'm also a little scaredy cat. I am not at the same level as these two fellas, so I don't necessarily have that kind of input that I can give. But what I do want to note is that sometimes, especially against the French, I find that they'll go for the School of Cavalry instead of going for the Guild Hall, I believe it is. Not the Guild Hall, the School of Commerce. And essentially, when you go for that cavalry on this kind of map instead, you're able to really harass. So maybe he's just getting prepared to not get counter harassed later on in the game by going for the School of Cavalry instead. Scouts, though, going to come out and try to take down the dock from Lona. Might have to put up a second dock over yonder, like I mentioned before, a little of a safer spot. It's interesting they did get scouted out. Fitzbro followed the shoreline with his scouting. So when you take a look, he did go up a little bit and just find it right away. Didn't get too far into the base of his opponent. He has found the TC. Either way. At home, Roos is already up one whole age. Right ahead, we're getting more vills booming onto the wood. 13 on the wood, 10 on the food. So we're actually going super heavy onto that food production here. Surprised we haven't gone into the gold just yet for Fitzbro, but looks like we're going to try to kill some more deer, which we've already done down here. The French player still just walling up. At this point, I don't necessarily agree. We have the Logia attack ships actually coming out now. This one's already leveled up, and these ones are just about to finish too. So Fitzbro is going to be nice and happy. This one's going to take another moment here. We got 2 Logia attack ships out right now. No Hulk's going to finish before this dock goes down because of how delayed the placement was, because of the damage done from the scouts and the pushing off of that villager. There's no tower on it. Total water control going in favor of our Roos player Fitzbro right now. So now we have to kind of wait and see what the response is. Because back at home, we're going to have to go heavily onto food here. For Wona, we only have 5 units on food, and that's the 5 units that are under the TC right now. We're going to expand on the berries. Likely after we put our stables up, we're going to... Looks like we're going to aim to mass some knights, it looks like. Putting our chivalry upgrade as well in order to regen some health. And these knights are going to go and try to take out these scouts to prevent any more land aggression, which... To be fair, he will be able to win that land war considering the investment that has gone onto the water for Fitzbro. Not only on 3 fishing ships, we're going to get a couple more out now considering it's safe to do so. We're on 2 dock, we're going up for a 3rd dock as well, and no retaliatory dock coming up just yet for our French player. Fitzbro, back at home, has 1 ticket chilling in the Golden Gate, so he's cashing in just a little bit. Probably going to use that to age up relatively soon. 3 vills going onto the gold. And now, we're just kind of saturating our wood line, going to build some more fishing boats to get the food economy going for us instead, which is always the right play on this map, as long as you can take that control. And he's looking around. He's trying to find where that dock might be. Where is the French player going to access the water? Because they're French, so they must go on the water. Well, I say to you, good sir, tabarnak de calais, as the Quebecois might say. And now we have just one knight chilling here, doing his thing. A couple more knights getting pumped out right now. We're actually going for quite a few more knights. Getting that chivalry upgrade like I mentioned. No blacksmith coming out just yet. I would like to see a blacksmith maybe come out from our French player. Considering the fact that he's going for those land units, it might make more sense to get that +1 attack in order to do some more impactful harassment later on. Going to put a mill on the deer. We're not going to get professional scouts for ourselves, which has been nerfed in this most recent patch. So the scouts actually move significantly slower now when trying to bring a deer carcass back over to the town center or the mill, whichever one you want to bring it to. So he's patrolling around for Fitzbro here, trying to find an angle to attack from, a vulnerability to strike at, if you will. He's aware of the walls that are up, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look at what he's able to see right now. Yeah, so he's going to be aware of these walls regardless. Actually, is he? They're right down here. Okay, I was missing where they were. He's aware of the walls. He knew they were there. I'm not sure if he's maybe seen these walls, considering we haven't seen any new scouting information come this way from Fitzbro in a while. But he knows that if there's a wall here, there's probably going to be a wall over here as well. So it's going to be interesting how he responds. We're going to keep patrolling, take control of the water, gather all the fish. Even taking the fish on the side of the map of his opponent in order to kind of, if he gets back on water, deny any further potential fishing economy from him. We have the Royal Knights coming out now across the map. Going to get some harassment on these scouts. Another scout just showing there for Fitzbro. Probably going to go down soon as well. We got 3 knights out on the map already. Our wall is... This is an interesting wall situation. I guess he deleted part of the wall to send his knight through and then out of the gate afterwards just to speed things up, which I get. Gonna go harass the docks now, but if those attack ships come back in time, should be able to hold off for at least a little while. Are we gonna go after this dock here? There's 3 of them, so it's not gonna be a super easy attack here. You may as well cut off the wood supply, in my opinion. Unsure quite what he's doing yet, but Fitzbro is sure of what he's doing. He's going to go up with the Abbey of the Trinity. Pretty straightforward. Speaking of the Abbey of the Trinity, actually, let's look at a relic spawn for a moment here while we have a second. While these knights are... Actually, never mind. These knights are going to run into the wooden fortress. Fitzbro again pop-capping himself. A second time in this game, at the very least. Knows the Royal Knights are out, though. Got the vision earlier, so he's able to get up that barrack, get up some spearmen. 2 of them out on the map already. Going to be able to hold his position. I think only 2 villagers or so going down there, and... Going to be a pretty decent hold. Fitzbro on 48 vills versus 35 of Wona, considering you have to take into account for, rather, the fishing ships as counting as a villager. So a good advantage for Fitzbro right now. Let's take a look at income per minute, actually. Fitzbro ahead in almost every department, including the gold, if you want to really get to the nitty-gritty of it. Significant food income advantage, though. There's no way that his opponent, one, is going to be able to continually pump out knights like he wants, probably. He's a whole, like, military-wise, sure, he's got 10 military units versus 15 for Fitzbro, and most of those being on the water. At least 4 of the military units being on the water, but still, it's going to be difficult here for Wona to really do anything about this. Hide that for now, and take a look at what we might have coming out here. Lots of spears still chilling. I'm going to amass a couple more. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to upgrade to hardened spearmen, which does make sense. Are we getting a blacksmith yet? Wona has a blacksmith. Do we have a blacksmith for Fitzbro? We do not have a blacksmith for Fitzbro. We are on our +1 melee attack. We don't have any other upgrades just at the moment here. Could see siege engineering come out at some point soon, but there's no infantry to take advantage of that, so it doesn't really make much sense. And these spears are going to be able to kind of push around these knights. You're not going to be able to stick around too long. I'm going to pick on the scout, sure, but these spearmen are going to be able to do a decent amount of work, especially when supported by those attack ships. But actually, you know what? These cavalry doing a great job of actually holding their own. Other side of the map, let's look. Does he have his armor upgrade? He does not have his armor upgrade, so that's interesting, actually. But Wooden Fortress can do a great work keeping the knights away from the wood line for now. Not much harass he can really get away with. Would like to see maybe him loop around the side here and go after the gold instead. Do we have our warrior monk out yet? We are just finishing production of that warrior monk right now. We've got a relic right here, nice and easy to secure for our Roost player. In the middle of the map as well, we got one here. Actually, one accompanied by the sacred site right next to it, another one over here, and then the rest of them are either going to be in the base of the French player or up on this lonely island over here. Wona gonna run around the side of the base of Fitzbro, try to find an opportunity to get in. We do have some cav archers coming out right now, so that is going to be a factor here in a couple minutes. See if he's able to amass enough units to kind of hold this push, considering that they're not... Are they stronger against... Yeah, there's just a high mobility, so there's not really much they do against the cavalry. They're not going to have any extra bonus damage or anything like that against the cavalry. Right now, our French player is going up with the guild hall. A decent amount behind Fitzbro, I will say. Fitzbro was able to get up to the castle age at, what, like the 8 or 9 minute mark, and we're at the 12 minute mark right now. So these vills are really getting tired of having to go into this wooden fortress. They really want to stay outside, enjoying some fresh air, and do their job in order to bring home a paycheck for their family, but unfortunately not able to do so. Spearman pushing them away. Warrior Monk going to do some work as well for some reason. Warrior Monk getting into a bit of engagement here. More spears coming out from the side of Fitzbro. It's going to cinematic mode for just a moment here. And we have a bit of a heavy engagement here. Royal Knights having to pull off, considering the arrow fire from the wooden fortress, as well as the amount of horse archers and spearmen coming out from Fitzbro. A lot of you attack ships saying, hey, I know you're coming this way. I'm gonna help out my homies on the land and distract you for a moment here, get some damage going. Another Royal Knight going down. Are we building any more Royal Knights at home for Wona? Let's take a look here. We're on our food. We're on our outward deer, so this deer looks like it may have been exhausted, although we did miss one little... Actually, you know what? He was harassed off it by this attack ship, probably. Back at home, we still are only sitting on the 3 ranges, and we have 1 archery range now, actually. Where's that archery range at? I can't find it, but either way. Cav Archer's going to chase down these Royal Knights, get some harass going, try to get a kill. Not going to be super successful just at the moment here. Income per minute wise, we'll take a look again. Fitzbro does a significant advantage. There's not really much that Wona can do here to catch up at the current moment. Speaking of the current moment, what do you folks think about the new patch? Have you been able to play on it yet? I played a little bit last night myself. I've been enjoying it. What was that noise? I don't think I've heard that noise before. I usually have the music off, so that's probably why I'm not familiar. Oh, he picked up a relic, that's why. Regardless, what do you think of the new patch? Have you played on it? What civs are good? What do you like? I know that the deli have been super fun to play. I've been playing a little bit more deli myself recently. I know in a recent cast I did say I actually don't play deli very much at all, but I've been enjoying them in this new patch. So make sure to let me know down below. Wona getting ready to posture up against his opponent Fitzbro. Go back into cinematic mode for just a moment here. Cinematic mode. I don't know what a cinematic mode is. There's so many spears here. There's so many Cav Archers to support the spears. They're going to be able to screen so well for the Cav Archers. Not going to be able to get pushed by the Royal Knights at all. This is a really scary situation to be in for our French player here. And never able to get back onto the water. Just goes to show how strong the Roost can be when they have that early advantage. And again, that Doc, while sneaky and, you know, trying to throw off his opponent, maybe that early aggression, send him kind of one way across the water. Oh, there's nothing there. And in the meantime, you're kind of pushing across the map and getting control and killing off the fishing boats of your opponent instead because you're able to kind of sneak around. Didn't pan out the way he probably expected it to. Does he see that he's being postured against right now. I don't think either player really sees where the other is, but Fitzbro has so much more production here. We're sitting on 2 barracks, 2 ranges, 4 stables, even though we have nothing coming out of the stables at the moment here. 3 docks. That's just too much military to deal with. We got a bit of engagement now, though. Archers finally coming out for Wona, however, is not going to be enough. Cav Archers getting a little bit of damage done to them. A little bit of better micro was needed in order to keep some of these Cav Archers alive, but I digress. Not too much damage being done to them. Picking some vills, pushing the Royal Knights back into their base. There's nothing that they can do about this. There's way too many spears, especially upgraded veteran spearmen. Take a look. We do have only our +1 melee for Fitzbro. We actually don't have too many techs at all. We're getting Military Academy, and that's it at the moment. And we're also actually getting our exclusive increased health of Roost Cavalry by 20 upgrade, the Boyer's Fortitude. We're going to siege down this front gate, and death is knocking at your door, Wona. This is not going to be a hold that you can take. You're going to have to really dive over these spears and get into that Cav Archer to do anything and stay alive in this game, but I don't think that's going to happen here. Wona's got 4 idle villagers. Lots going down. 51 vills versus 69 for Fitzbro. This is just too much to deal with. I don't think that Wona's going to last all that much longer. Archers in the back line, trying to get picks on the spears. Just not enough going on there. Cav Archers able to counter right back, answer with some arrow fire of their own. More vills are going to go down here in just a moment, and that is probably going to be GG's, my friends. So if you like this video, make sure to like down below, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel for more if you do truly enjoy. I love casting Age of Empires 4 games. This is my favorite game to play right now. It's my favorite game to talk about, watch, enjoy content from. I'll make sure to link to Fitzbro's Twitch page down below, as well as whatever I can find for Wona on the internet. But that sacred site, yeah, no, there's no way. There's no way. GG's, everybody. Thanks for watching. Another great game of Age of Empires 4 for you, and I'll see you in the next cast. Take care of yourselves, and cheers.